ABA is not just like the discrete trial teaching. It is a very comprehensive program. Like you have the natural teaching, you have the table sessions, you learn the life skills, the activities for daily living. You do everything in ABA. So if it was an old method to just concentrate on table sessions, and so there were many criticism about the ABA that um, it is very robotic because the therapists they implemented only a part of ABA. That's why ABA has got such a name. But actually, ABA is so much fun oriented. It starts from the child, what the child wants, the motivation, everything is from the child. Yeah, with this, I want to introduce you to the ABA. What it is it? Like a brief. I'm not going into the technical details. If I go, then you will all sleep. This is the definition of ABA given by Cooper. I'm going to explain you in a very simple terms what is ABA. It is a scientific approach to understand behavior. If a behavior is happening, why is it happening? What are the factors which are controlling it? If your behavior is changing, why is it changing? And can we use these principles to teach a child? That is ABA, a very simple term. ABA, what the ultimate aim of ABA is, you want to increase the behavior. I'm going to give you some like day-to-day examples of your life. We go to work, we go to the office daily, we work, and this is a behavior which is maintained you because you're going to get your salary at the end of the month. If your boss is not going to pay you, you will not be going to the job. मैं नहीं जा रही हूँ जॉब को, salary तो नहीं मिल रहा है. So your behavior is changing. So why did it change? Something happened after your behavior which has influenced it. So we all ABA, we all do ABA in our life. It is a way of life. We have been doing it since ages, but we don't know that we are doing it. And these principles can be carefully applied to the children to help them learning. And another best example in our day-to-day life is you go to a shop and you're buying some fruits. You go and eat it at home. They are like very delicious and sweet. Next time, what you're going to do? You're going to go back to the same shop to buy the fruits because you had a very good experience. You got the some good fruits. For example, take it. You got the very bad fruits. They were very sour. You're not going to go back to that shop. Now your behavior is changed because of the after effect, what has happened. So this is ABA in very simple terms. So your behavior keeps on changing according to some factors surrounding it. There are some factors in the environment which are controlling your behavior. Before we proceed, I want you to understand what is behavior. In the literal meaning of behavior in English is that a child is बच्चा बहुत अच्छा है, माँ बाप का बात सुन रहा है, obedient है तो is well behaved. Those behaviors are nothing to do with ABA. In ABA, behavior is like anything you do. बच्चा उठ के चल रहा है, behavior है, खा रहा है, behavior है. If a dead man can't do it, then it is behavior. Anything you do is a behavior. Walking, talking, writing, sleeping, screaming, jumping, turning, whatever you do is a behavior. Behavior can be recorded, observed. It has got some influence on your surroundings. अगर हम ऑटिज्म में देख रहे हैं तो ये बिहेवियर्स का इंपॉर्टेंस क्या है. नाउ यू नो व्हाट इज अ बिहेवियर. बिहेवियर इज एनीथिंग यू डू. So in autism, you're morely concerned about communicative behaviors, social behaviors, repetitive behaviors. ये सारे behaviors हम concentrate करते हैं autistic बच्चों के लिए. So what as such ABA is what ABA does, it increases the desired behaviors. हमें हमारे बच्चों को अच्छे behavior सिखाना चाहते हैं. What are the good behaviors you think? Like talking more, socializing, and decreasing the problem behavior. So ABA mainly aims at increasing the desired behaviors and bringing down the unwanted behaviors. Is this clear? Before I proceed, I can't hear. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, Farida,
You
very
can
clear.
put. Yeah. Thank you. If you're getting carried away or you're not understanding, you can stop me and ask. Oh my God, where is it? Okay. So the this one I will rush through fast. Is the same thing. How ABA works. ABA methods are used to support person with autism in at least 5 ways. Now you know what is the behavior to increase behavior. Suppose बच्चा थोड़ा बहुत बात कर रहा है, he is talking like one word. ये एक बिहेवियर है. हमें ये बिहेवियर को इंक्रीज करना है, तो कैसे इंक्रीज करेंगे? प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ रेनफोर्समेंट, पॉजिटिव रेनफोर्समेंट से इंक्रीज करेंगे. सो एबीए का एक स्ट्रेटेजी है, हमें बिहेवियर्स बढ़ाना है. कैसे बढ़ाना है? प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ रेनफोर्समेंट. एंड द सेकेंड वे इट वर्क्स इज टू टीच न्यू स्किल्स. मेरे बच्चे, सपोज फॉर अ चाइल्ड डजंट नो इमिटेशन, but by careful teaching procedures of ABA, you can teach a new skill to a child. You can increase the existing behavior, you can teach a new skills. Now the third one is you maintain behavior. जो behaviors पहले बच्चे सीख चुके हैं, they have to be maintained over a period of time. These behaviors, they can't be just be learned and forgotten, they have to be used. So to maintain behaviors. फोर्थ वन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, जनरलाइजेशन. जनरलाइजेशन का मतलब, इफ यू आर नॉट अवेयर ऑफ दिस वर्ड, अगर बच्चा एक स्किल घर पे कर रहा है, तो ही शुड हैव द एबिलिटी टू डू द सेम स्किल इन डिफरेंट सेटिंग्स. स्कूल पे हो, कहीं पे हो, बाहर हो, या रिलेटिव्स के घर में हो, या द सेम स्किल विद डिफरेंट पर्सन. सो जनरलाइजेशन इज डूइंग अ स्किल with different persons in different situations in different places. ये स्किल हम बहुत ग्रांटेड लेते हैं, न्यूरोटिपिकल में आराम से आ जाता है, लेकिन ऑटिस्टिक बच्चों में ये बहुत बड़ा स्ट्रगल है, तो जनरलाइज नहीं कर पाते. तो एबीए वर्क्स ऑन जनरलाइजेशन. और द लास्ट वन इज इट रेस्ट्रिक्ट्स द बिहेवियर्स, रेस्ट्रिक्ट्स और प्रॉब्लम बिहेवियर्स की बात कर रहे हैं, हमें ये अनडिसाइड बिहेवियर्स से ये बिहेवियर्स को नीचे लाना है. तो एबीए एग्जिस्टिंग बिहेवियर्स को इंक्रीज करता है, नए बिहेवियर्स सिखाता है, जो बिहेवियर्स ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट करते हैं उन्हें मेंटेन करना है, जनरलाइजेशन सिखाता है, और प्रॉब्लम बिहेवियर्स को कम करना है. एबीए वर्क्स. सो नाउ यू नो अ बिहेवियर इज एनीथिंग यू डू. तो आपके मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस क्लियर होंगे कि ए क्या. मोस्ट ऑफ द पेरेंट्स दे आस्क मी, इज एबीए स्पीच रिलेटेड? व्हाई हैव यू गॉट ओटी गोल्स इन एबीए? Why do you work on writing? Do you cover everything? ABA covers everything. ABAs are behaviors. Behaviors are anything you do. So by the basic principles of ABA, of reinforcement and other, you'll be learning in the later sections, any behavior can be changed, increased, modified. So I'll go on to the next one. Now this one, I have put up a working model. Now you have decided you want therapy for your child. You're looking for an ABA consultant. What you should look for? You will get to know that this person is a very nice consultant. You will get to know the reviews from the parents. And parents, and of course, they are the best resources to get information. Apart from that, you need to check whether they are registered with the regulatory board BACB. इट इज लाइक हम मेडिकल इंडियन मेडिकल काउंसिल होता है, डेंटल काउंसिल होता है, कि सारे डेंटिस्ट डॉक्टर्स रजिस्टर करते हैं और उनका लाइसेंस रिन्यूअल होता है. ऐसे ही ये भी इनका रेगुलेटरी बोर्ड होता है, दे आर रजिस्टर्ड देयर. So you need to check when you are looking for a consultant whether they are registered and how many years of experience they have got. तो ये consultant का काम क्या होता है? What do they do? You go and ask for an ABA therapy to a consultant. He will conduct an assessment. What are the assessment? ABLS, VB maps, ये assessment tools बोलते हैं हम. ये curriculum भी होता है. curriculum भी. सारे tasks are broken down into very small so that what the consultant will look at the child and see how at what level the child is. Functional level बच्चे का कहाँ है. बच्चे का suppose एक 6 साल बच्चे का फंक्शनल लेवल कभी कभार 1 साल का हो सकता है. सो द फंक्शनल एज पता चलता है. According to that, the consultant will design a treatment plan. एक program plan बनाते हैं, चलो हम ये skills पे काम करेंगे, फिर ये skills होगा और ये skills, और ये program को supervise करते रहते हैं, देखते रहते हैं. Remember one thing, the consultant will not work with your child. This is very important. Many of the parents think that the one who is doing the assessment will be working with your child. No, they do the assessments and they give you the program plan and they will be supervising. And the next one is ABA tutor, registered behavior technician. And I forgot to give introduction about myself. I'm an RBT, I'm an ABA tutor, and I'm registered with the council. I work with the child. So ये ABA tutor ये कंसल्टेंट के नीचे काम करते हैं, कंसल्टेंट के नीचे काम करते हैं, एंड दे आर द वन हु इम्प्लीमेंट द प्रोग्राम. जो प्रोग्राम कंसल्टेंट ने बनाया ये इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं ऑन ग्राउंड लेवल्स. दे वर्क विथ योर चाइल्ड एंड द ट्यूटर्स दे आर डायरेक्टली सुपरवाइज्ड बाय द कंसल्टेंट. सुपरविजन कैसे भी हो सकता है कि सुपरवाइजर आके बैठ के देख रहा है कि थेरेपिस्ट बच्चे के साथ कैसे काम कर रहे हैं, और दे माइट बी डू एन इवन एन ऑनलाइन सुपरविजन. देखते हैं कि कैसे, और अगर प्रोग्राम में कोई चेंजेस लाना है तो टेक्निकल डिफिकल्टीज है, बच्चा लर्न नहीं कर रहा है, कहाँ पे चेंज करना है, ये सब ट्यूटर और कंसल्टेंट मिलके डिसाइड करते हैं और प्रोग्राम को रिवाइज करते रहते हैं. व्हेन यू आर लुकिंग फॉर अ ट्यूटर, if they have got an RBT, it is very much desirable, and RBT is like a very new qualification now, and most of the tutors may not be an RBT, but still they may have got a very good like experience of working with special needs, and that is also very nice. And if they have got the knowledge of ABA, then that will be more preferable. If they are RBT and if they have done the RBT, and they should be registered with the BACB. And one very important thing, parents, I want to tell you, the tutors cannot work independently. ये बहुत important है. यहाँ पे थोड़ा फ्रॉड हो सकता है. कोई ट्यूटर बोल रहा है कि मैं क्वालिफाइड हूँ, मैं दे कैन नॉट वर्क इंडिपेंडेंटली, बिकॉज आपको कंसल्टेंट की सुपरविजन जरूरत है, हमेशा जरूरत रहेगी. So this is a working model. A consultant, or he designs the program, the tutor implements the program, and there is a supervision. हमेशा supervision होता है, तभी बहुत एक ट्यूटर अलग से आके बिना कंसल्टेंट के काम नहीं कर सकता. Can't work at all. I really don't know whether the time will be sufficient for me to go through everything. I'll run through the slides a bit quick. ये अगर आप थेरेपी ले रहे हैं, this is one research that how many hours you need for the ABA to be effective, to see the results. एक research conduct किया गया था. Hello? Yeah.
Farida, chat box is here. So can we do something practically, so like explaining some techniques and all?
I'm not able to hear you, Sangeeta ji. Not clear.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yes, Farida, because we are running out of time, shall we go on presenting some practical techniques like discrete trials or something, whatever the techniques you know?
Okay.
Okay, because if we go on explain about theory, there will be no much of time for us, isn't it?
We can divide the presentation if you want.
Sorry?
Or Farida ji, one more thing we can do. Today we can go through all the concepts of ABA, so that will help parents to understand what it is and how it is applied. And then later on, in next weekend, when we have again this webinar, so there we can address parents' question related to ABA. So by the time, like this week, parents can prepare their question, or they can think on it, whatever we just discussed here. And based on that, we can have a whole 1 hour session for parents. Right?
Okay.
So, yeah. So let's go ahead with this presentation, whatever right you have. So
okay, I hope. Are you able to follow? I wanted to ask. Is this like?
Yes, Farida, we are able to follow, and you're very, very clear.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I was talking. Yeah, research, outcome research. Agar if you're doing ABA to be effective, how many hours you need to do and how long you have to do. There was a research done on that. According to one research, it was estimated that 30 hours per week, 1 to 1, was required to produce the best results. So you need more hours to get the outcome. It's not just only with ABA. कोई भी थेरेपी देख लो, कितना ज्यादा कराओगे उतना रिजल्ट अच्छा मिलेगा. And duration also matters, like 2 or more years. So as parents, हमें what we need to do is we need to learn the techniques of ABA. हमें techniques को learn करना है, क्योंकि हम इतने अगर afford कर सकते हैं तो you can send them for 30 hours per week. But as you know, ABA is like extremely expensive. तो parent training बहुत जरूरत है. You need to train yourself. आपको मैं ये नहीं बोल रही हूँ कि सबको रजिस्टर करके पढ़ना है. Simple, go and watch your child sessions. Observe what the therapist is doing, what the tutor is working. Right? From that, you can learn many things. And the other things, your consultant will be conducting some parent training workshops. Ask your consultant about it. Do you conduct any parent training? So वो parents को भी train करेंगे. आप sessions को watch कर सकते हैं. It is very important that you do ABA at home, because ABA is like a way of life. You keep on modifying the behaviors, like the desirable behaviors. अगर हमें जो चाहिए हमें वो modify, हमें principles और basic techniques parents को पता होना जरूरी है. So this is like accountability and effectiveness. This is my favorite slide. ABA assumes that if a child is not learning, it is not the child's fault. ये बहुत बहुत अच्छा है. ABA में एक it takes that if a child is not learning, you don't blame the child. ये नहीं पढ़ रहा है, इसका confidence नहीं है, ये नहीं कर नहीं, you don't blame the child. It's up to the teacher, it's up to the therapist and the consultant to keep on implementing, trying new things. तो रमन ने उनका एक्सपीरियंस शेयर किया था कि उनके बच्चे को सिर्फ डिस्क्रीट ट्रायल पे डाल दिया गया था, तो लैक ऑफ मोटिवेशन के वजह से लर्निंग नहीं हो पाई, तो वो प्रोग्राम गलत निकला. सो दे नीड टू कीप ऑन चेंजिंग द स्ट्रेटजीज एंड ट्राई टू वर्क आउट what is best for the child. You never blame the child if the learning is not happening. That is not ABA. It is up to the teacher, it is up to the consultant and the therapist to look what is best for your child. And this is a bit more technical, and this is the backbone of ABA. If you understand this, you can try to analyze most of the behaviors happening at home with your kid. So this is ABC of ABA. So just sorry to interrupt. How many minutes I have got before to how many minutes I have got? When should I end the presentation, if you let me know?
We can 10 more minutes. That's not a problem. We can extend it.
How many minutes, Pramod ji?
10 more minutes.
10 more minutes, okay.
No, Farida, actually we started 50 minutes later than the normal time, isn't it? So you have another
Yeah,
15 to 17 minutes you can continue.
Yeah, right,
Okay,
right. I mean,
just
we
that
can
because
also
I'm in a different time zone. I'm like very much confused.
No, you can. You have
Sorry,
solid
sorry.
15 minutes for you.
Okay. Just let me know, yeah. If I'm
Yeah,
like, I may go on, yeah. And this is ABC of ABA, and this is the backbone of ABA. And you know what is behavior now, the middle part, ABA. Sorry, behavior. Behavior is anything you do. What are the events that occur before the behavior is antecedent. जो कुछ behavior के पहले आता है, any events is उसे antecedent बोलते हैं. जो बिहेवियर के बाद आता है उसे कॉन्सिक्वेंस बोलते हैं. ये एंटीसीडेंट जो पहले आता है, इन सिंपल टर्म्स इट मीन्स दैट व्हाट वाज एग्जैक्टली हैपनिंग बिफोर द बिहेवियर. क्या हो रहा था बिहेवियर के पहले, क्या हो रहा था, क्या ट्रिगर किया, कहाँ पे था बच्चा, किस सेटिंग में था, एंड अदर डिस्टेंट वेरिएबल्स लाइक इफ ही इज ऑन मेडिकेशन, those are I started a new medication and this behavior might be due to that. He is irritable, might be those are like the factors which may have an influence on behavior. This is antecedent, also called setting events. They have got a kind of influence on the behavior. ये consequence है, ये behavior के बाद आता है. Behavior हो गया, इसके बाद क्या हुआ, ये behavior future में repeat होगा. So this is consequence might be reinforcement, punishment, and extinction. I will explain this a bit in detail. Are you able to understand what is ABC? I'll give you an example. Suppose if the teacher is asking a student, what is this? That is antecedent. That is a setting event. Behavior, the child is answering, this is apple. That is behavior. Consequences, the teacher is giving praise, very good. तो ये consequence हुआ, ये positive reinforcement है. ये praise is the positive reinforcer, so the child is more motivated to repeat the behavior. ये find ABC. Can you find ABC in this? I want the parents to be interactive. A child asks for candy to his mom in the grocery store. Mom says no. The child starts screaming and flops on the floor. Eventually, his mother eventually buys him the candy and he stops the tantrum. इसमें antecedent क्या है?
The child crying.
Antecedent behavior के पहले आता है. Behavior screaming and flops है.
Okay.
Antecedent है कि क्या हुआ पहले. बच्चे ने चॉकलेट कैंडी मांगा मम्मी से, मम्मी ने नो कहा, तो ये क्या बिहेवियर स्टार्ट हुआ? द चाइल्ड स्टार्ट स्क्रीमिंग एंड फ्लॉप्स ऑन द फ्लोर. तो उसके बाद बिहेवियर के बाद क्या हुआ? मम्मी ने कैंडी दे दिया बच्चे को. तो नाउ दिस बिहेवियर is more likely to occur or less likely to occur in future? What do you think?
More likely to
ये
occur.
हाँ, क्योंकि ये रेनफोर्स हुआ, क्योंकि बच्चे को अब पता चल गया अगर मैं रोऊंगा तो मुझे कैंडी मिलेगी. तो ये पॉजिटिव रेनफोर्समेंट हुआ. आर यू एबल टू फॉलो और डिफिकल्ट?
We are able to follow.
Yeah, this is ABC. I've like child asks for candy. That's one I have explained. Yeah, even this one I have gone through the same thing. एक रिमेम्बर कीजिए, अगर बिहेवियर स्ट्रेंथन हो रहा है, इंक्रीज हो रहा है, हाउ टू एक्सप्लेन इन सिंपलर टर्म्स, if the behavior is going to be repeated in the future, then it is called positive reinforcement, more likely to occur in future. Reinforcement, it is the consequence which strengthens the behavior. The behavior is more likely to occur in future. Child looks at the cookie and says cookie. Mom gives cookie to the child. इसमें child looks at the cookie antecedent है, says cookie behavior है, mom gives the cookie to the child reinforcer है. ये consequence है, mom gives child to the cookie, बच्चे को बिस्किट मिल गई, so he is more likely to repeat his behavior, say cookie again. He is going to say cookie to get the reinforcer. Types of reinforcement, reinforcement always increases behavior. It is a type of consequence, ये behavior को हमेशा increase ही करता है. तो इसमें I'm not going into depth of it. It is called positive and negative. Don't go by the literal meaning of positive and negative. It is take it like a max. Something is added to increase the behavior. For negative reinforcement, something is removed to increase the behavior. I repeat again, something is added to increase your behavior. For negative reinforcement, something is removed. Reinforcement का general मतलब है it will increase your behavior. It is a consequence which will strengthen the behavior so that the child will repeat the behavior again and again. Examples of positive reinforcement is the same thing I have explained this before. The teacher asks the student what color is the apple. The student answers red. The teacher says very good. Praise is the reinforcer. So the child is getting praise. So the child is more likely to repeat the behavior. So the child is more motivated to answer to the teacher. This is an example of reinforcement, negative reinforcement. Reinforcement माने behavior को increase करेगा, future में repeat होगा behavior. Remember that much. It will, yeah. At the dinner time, a child is presented with vegetables. Mom is telling, finish your dinner, you need to eat vegetables. Now the child is like shouting, screaming, and crying. What the mom is doing? She's removing the plate. The child stops crying now. Is this what now? What is happening here is the child learns that if I cry, mom will remove it. So this behavior is strengthened now. So this is also a kind of reinforcement. By many parents unknowingly will be doing it. This is an example of negative reinforcement. You forget about the positive and negative. Remember, the behavior is more likely to occur in future. The child learns the link that if I cry, mom is removing the vegetables. So the child will remember the link. If this happens, if I do this, this is happening. So you need to manipulate these variables to get the desired behaviors. And punishment. This is also one of the consequence. You have the antecedent, behavior, and consequence. A consequence may be a reinforcer or punishment. I'll go a bit slow. Reinforcer or reinforcement will increase behavior. Behavior को बढ़ाता है. Future में ज़्यादा repeat होता है. Punishment is nothing to do with the literal meaning that you're hitting someone or you're doing harm. Punishment behavior को कम करता है. It will not be repeated. Punishment is a consequence occurring after a behavior which weakens and decreases the chances of behavior to occur in future. ये एक example है. Helen, she's a special kid. She gets like tokens as reinforcers if she answers her questions, whatever the teacher is asking. And at the same time, if she's moving out of her desk without asking teacher's permission, she will lose the tokens. The tokens can be exchanged for a reinforcer. So this is an example of punishment. When you take away the tokens from her, she will not repeat the behavior. And extinction is also a consequence. It is a bit technical, I understand, parents, but if you get the basic things, you can analyze what is happening with your kid. Extinction from the word, आपको मतलब क्या समझ आता है? Dinosaurs were extinct. They are no longer now. पहले थे, अब नहीं है डायनोसर्स, गए वो कब के. तो हमें हमारे बच्चों में थोड़े बिहेवियर्स हमें गायब करना है. मतलब या गायब तो करो या bring it down to very minimal. So you want to put some behaviors on extinction. So इसे extinction बोलते हैं. I will give you one example of extinction. ये बहुत कॉमन एग्जाम्पल है हमारे बच्चों. हम देखते हैं हमारे बच्चे घंटे घंटे फैन को देखते रहते हैं. द फैन इज स्पिनिंग, दे लव एंजॉइंग इट. So now you analyze the behavior. The child is going to a room, that is the antecedent. He's switching on the fan, that is the behavior. Consequences, the fan is spinning and the child is enjoying the sensory, that is the positive reinforcement. Consequence मिल रहा है बच्चे को. रेनफोर्सर ऑटोमेटिक है, सेंसरी है. फैन स्पिन हो रहा है, वो एंजॉय कर रहा है. अब ये बिहेवियर को आप एक्सटिंक्शन में डालना है, आपको तो कम तो करना है, खत्म ही करना है या कम करना है। तो आप क्या करेंगे, आपको कॉन्सिक्वेंस को मैनिपुलेट करेंगे। बच्चा को रेइनफोर्समेंट मिल रहा है, अगर यहाँ रेइनफोर्समेंट ना मिले तो ये बिहेवियर कम होगा, बच्चा जाके स्विच ऑन नहीं करेगा, फैन नहीं घूमेगा, तो स्पिन नहीं होगा, तो वो एंजॉय नहीं करेगा। तो हम कॉन्सिक्वेंस को कैसे मैनिपुलेट करते हैं, जब नेक्स्ट टाइम बच्चा जा रहा है, स्विच ऑन कर रहा है, you have meddled, you have worked with the meddled with the wires of the switchboard, switch on कर रहा है, फैन नहीं घूम रहा है, so he will go on pressing, नहीं घूम रहा है, तो he is not getting the reinforcement, नहीं मिल रहा है, वो एंजॉय नहीं कर पा रहा है स्पिनिंग। सो यू हैव पुट दिस बिहेवियर ऑन एक्सटिंक्शन। एक्सटिंक्शन में कंसिस्टेंसी बहुत जरूरी है कि आप रिपीट करते रहो, ऐसे नहीं कि एक बार फैन बंद है, सेकेंड टाइम फैन ऑन हो गया तो फिर रेनफोर्स हो गया बच्चा। एक्सटिंक्शन में बहुत टाइम लगता है, अगर कंसिस्टेंट अप्लाई किया जाए तो थोड़े बिहेवियर्स एक्सटिंक्शन पे ला सकते हैं। अनदर एग्जाम्पल इज इफ अ चाइल्ड इज क्राइंग इन द नाइट टाइम, बच्चा रो रहा है तो मम्मी आके बच्चे को उठा लेते हैं, तो चाइल्ड कीप्स क्वाइट एंड गेट्स सूद एंड स्लीप्स। इफ यू वांट टू put that behavior on extinction, the child is crying, the mummy will not come, attention is the reinforcement here। तो बच्चा माँ का अटेंशन चाहता है, अगर अगर हम रेइनफोर्समेंट को होल्ड कर रहे हैं, हम वो रेइनफोर्सर उसे नहीं दे रहे हैं, तो थोड़ी देर बच्चा एस्केलेट होगा, बिहेवियर्स बढ़ेंगे, ऐसे ऊपर बढ़ेंगे, फिर थक के कम हो जाएगा। एंड दिस हैज टू बी अप्लाइड ओवर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड टू ब्रिंग द बिहेवियर्स डाउन। तो आई एम नॉट गोइंग इनटू द टेक्निकल पार्ट ऑफ इट। एक्सटिंक्शन माने आपको खत्म करना है या कम करना है, जो बिहेवियर पहले स्ट्रॉन्ग था, रेइनफोर्स्ड था, उसे कम कर रहे हैं। ये प्राइमरी एंड सेकेंडरी रेइनफोर्सर्स है। हमने रेइनफोर्समेंट के बारे में पढ़ा। रेइनफोर्सर जो चीज है, थिंग, एनीथिंग विच इज मेकिंग द कॉन्सिक्वेंस मोर एंजॉयबल, बच्चा एंजॉय कर रहा है। तो रेइनफोर्सर्स प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी होते हैं। प्राइमरी का मतलब आपको फूड एक प्राइमरी रेइनफोर्सर है, आपको किसी ने सिखाया नहीं, बच्चे को किसी ने सिखाया नहीं कि फूड मतलब अच्छा है, ऐसे कोई नहीं सिखाता, वो नेचुरल बायोलॉजिकल है। फूड, वाटर, एयर, ये सब what do they say is it is very natural and you do not require any form of learning। तो food, water, air, all those are primary reinforcers। secondary reinforcers वो होते हैं जो मतलब दे नीड टू बी पैर्ड। अगर आप छोटे बच्चे को 100 रुपए का नोट दो तो वो फाड़ देगा, उसे नहीं पता उसका वैल्यू, उसे नहीं पता। तो अगर आपको देंगे आप नहीं फाड़ेंगे, आपको पता है पैसे से कुछ हो सकता है। सो दीज थिंग्स हैव बीन पैर्ड, यू नो मनी गेट्स यू समथिंग, मनी, टोकन, praise, all these are secondary reinforcers। So you understand primary is which does not require any form of learning, more biological। secondary reinforcers वो होते हैं जो कंडीशन लर्नड है, आपको आप सीखते हैं, इससे कुछ मिलेगा। टोकन सिस्टम है वो सेकेंडरी में आता है। स्टिकर्स जो भी हम यूज करते हैं रेइनफोर्समेंट के लिए वो सेकेंडरी है। जब हम रेइनफोर्सर्स यूज करते हैं, रूल्स होते हैं थोड़े। अगर रेइनफोर्सर्स मोस्टली हम पॉजिटिव यूज करते हैं और सेकेंडरी यूज करते हैं। अगर हम फूड यूज कर रहे हैं, फूड ज्यादा फूड इस्तेमाल होता है अर्ली लर्निंग लर्नर्स में, तो फूड द प्राइमरी फूड इज ऑलवेज फॉलोड बाय अ प्रेज। अगर आप बिस्किट भी दे रहे हैं रेइनफोर्समेंट के लिए, अब वेल डन बच्चा, वेरी गुड भी बोलना जरूरी है, क्योंकि अल्टीमेट आपको ये प्राइमरी को फेड कर देंगे, आप ये हटा देंगे। जब बच्चा बड़ा होते जाएगा, आप एडिबल्स को हटा के वो बिहेवियर मतलब सेकेंडरी रेइनफोर्समेंट में टिकेगा। अल्टीमेट गोल इज सेकेंडरी। और reinforcers should immediately follow the behavior to increase the response। ओके, टीचर ने कोई मतलब कहा कि क्लैप, तो बच्चा ने क्लैप किया, तो टीचर को इमीडिएटली रेइनफोर्स करना है। बच्चे ने क्लैप किया, ये नहीं कि टीचर ढूंढ रहे हैं कि बिस्किट कहाँ है और पैकेट को खोलो काटो, तब तक बच्चा भूल जाएगा कि किसके लिए आप रेइनफोर्स कर रहे हैं। Or at that time the child is scratching his head and you're giving him the biscuit, the child will think, I'm getting the biscuit for scratching my head, not the response. So reinforcer delivery immediate होती है, बहुत immediate होती है. डिले करेंगे तो बिहेवियर फ्यूचर में रिपीट नहीं होगा. And this is the comprehensive ABA programs which I think we don't have time to cover now. This is the one which starts with, I will just go play the video of natural environment training. We have time because for natural Ramanji has talked about it. Is it fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead, madam.
I will go with the natural. Raman has spoke about this. Natural पहले ये बोल देती हूँ, कहाँ है ये कॉम्प्रहेंसिव, मतलब आप एक ABA प्रोग्राम ले रहे हैं बच्चे के लिए. इट इज नॉट जस्ट, यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू स्टिक ऑन टू वन पार्ट. बहुत पार्ट्स होते हैं. टेबल सेशंस होता है, नेचुरल एनवायरनमेंट ट्रेनिंग है, ADL स्किल्स होते हैं जो टास्क एनालिसिस में आते हैं. डेटा इज द बैकबोन ऑफ ABA. ट्यूटर्स हमेशा कलेक्ट, अब तुमने देखा होगा, कलेक्ट करते रहते हैं डेटा, तो उनको पता चलता है बच्चा कैसा प्रोग्रेस कर रहा है. वर्बल बिहेवियर, चैलेंजिंग बिहेवियर एंड प्रोग्रामिंग, ये पूरे होते हैं एक कॉम्प्रहेंसिव ABA प्रोग्राम में. When you're starting an ABA program for a child, it will be mostly natural environment training. It is not table based. बच्चे को मतलब एक बहुत अच्छा रैपो की जरूरत है ट्यूटर के साथ, वो नेचुरल में आता है. सो व्हेन अ चाइल्ड कम्स इनटू द क्लिनिक, the first thing we do is we assess what the child likes, what the child wants. Does he like the physical play, या उसे खाने के कुछ पसंद है, टिकल्स पसंद है, सैंड पसंद है, वाटर पसंद है. हम बना लेते हैं लिस्ट बना के. then if the child is going, he likes a toy, he's going to reach it above, he's extending his hand, what the tutor does is will go before the child, picks up and gives it. तो चाइल्ड एसोसिएट करता है, ट्यूटर अच्छा है, वो मेरे पसंद की चीज मुझे दे रहा है. तो वर्क बीइंग विद ट्यूटर, वर्किंग विद ट्यूटर इज समथिंग गुड फॉर मी. ये लिंक बहुत जरूरी है, ये पैरिंग है. ये दिस इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप इन एनी पार्ट ऑफ ABA प्रोग्राम. द चाइल्ड शुड सेटल. अच्छी तरह पैरिंग होती है. थोड़े बच्चों को बहुत जल्दी हो जाती है, लाइक 1 week 2 weeks. थोड़ों को बहुत टाइम लगता है. एंड पैरिंग इज नॉट लाइक वन ऑफ गो, लाइक पहले किया नहीं, हर सेशन में आप पैरिंग करते हैं. सपोज बच्चा अंदर आया है, माँ बाप ने गेट पे छोड़ के चले गए, बच्चा अंदर से, आप आते हुए बच्चे के ऊपर डिमांड नहीं डालोगे, एकदम से रोना शुरू करो. पहले आप खेलोगे थोड़ी देर और slowly you will start fading in your demands. Pairing is an ongoing process which occurs in every session. Even at the table sessions, pairing occurs. Table पे हमेशा काम नहीं करना है, टेबल पे आप खेल भी सकते हैं. तो so that the table doesn't become an aversive stimuli. बच्चा टेबल देख के नहीं डरेगा. मेरी बच्ची ना, मुझे उसे पता है, जब मैं मेरा क्लिपबोर्ड पेन पेपर ले रही हूँ, उसे पता है कि टेबल सेशन होने वाला है, वो आके बैठ जाती है अपने आप से. So she knows I'm going to get something from the table session. So none of the sessions are aversive. It is mainly how you plan. So I'm mainly going to talk about the natural environment training, which Raman has already covered. Basic approach, natural environment, set up situations where the child is motivated, like toy out of reach. नेचुरल एनवायरनमेंट का खासियत है, चाइल्ड इनिशिएटेड है, चाइल्ड लीड करता है आपको. चाइल्ड बोलता है कि मुझे क्या करना है. चाइल्ड को अगर पानी से खेलना है तो आप जाके पानी से खेलोगे. DTT में उल्टा है, टीचर सेलेक्ट करते हैं कि क्या पढ़ाना है, लेकिन नेट में अलग है. लेस स्ट्रक्चर्ड, मोर नेचुरल अप्रोच. इट इज वेरी ग्रेट, लाइक फॉर टीचिंग प्ले एंड सोशल स्किल्स. एंड जनरलाइजेशन के लिए बहुत अच्छा है. अगर टेबल सेशन में बच्चा बॉल आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए बोल रहे हैं तो कर रहा है, अगर वो नेचुरल सेटिंग में नहीं कर रहा है तो उसका स्किल का मतलब क्या है, कुछ यूज नहीं है. स्किल्स शुड बी जनरलाइज्ड. अगर टेबल में एक स्किल सीख रहे हैं तो नेचुरल में भी करना आना चाहिए. सो दिस training is best for generalizing, and it has been proven to be effective teaching procedure. I'll go to this. Let me click. ये एक वीडियो है from the YouTube. It's natural is also called incidental and pivotal.
Farida ji, we are
Yeah.
not able to listen to the audio. It is not very clear. So, if possible, you can explain the video as he does.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Actually, we are not able to hear the voice of the man who is speaking in the video.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know that. I'm
So,
sorry.
either you can explain it or you can post the link in the group.
Okay, I'll explain it. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
In this video, you're going to see that the child selects the items what he wants, and he selects the bean bags. So the tutor is asking, "What do you want to play with?" So he's saying, "I want to play with the bean bag." So they are like now going to play with the bean bag. Now you can see how the tutor incorporates all the skills in one activity. So I'll be explaining you now before I play the video that he will be like matching colors. He'll be identifying the alphabets. Then he's also practicing like throwing, like you throw at a target. Then turn taking is that like he's doing, then the tutor is doing it. So many of the skills are incorporated in a very natural way. It's a kind of play. You're playing with someone, and at the same time you're carefully teaching the skills. And the reinforcement mainly in the natural environment is the activity itself. Is the activity has been chosen by the child. It is naturally rewarding the child, naturally reinforcing, and you're always like backing it up with your praise, like well done, good. You do that. He's asking what is this. He's asking him what is this. There's no. Are you able to see the subtitles?
Yeah, Friday, we can see the subtitles. So what you can
Yeah.
do, you can mute the audio of that YouTube video, so you won't hear the background noise.
So he's asking about the colors. Red, then what are those colors and what else you see there? Same thing. In very naturally and very cleverly, he's like all the skills are being practiced. What color is this? Is asking. I will post the link. It will be better if you watch it. I'll have tried to explain it. And also he's doing some counting also at the end. You will see he'll be counting the bags. What color is this? How many yellows are there? So he's counting now. He counts it wrongly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the tutor brings him back. Like count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is like a carefully planned lesson, natural environment training, a very carefully planned lesson to practice many skills. You should always remember that when you're like playing with the child, 80% of the demands which are put on the child are very easy or already mastered skills, and only very few skills are you're teaching it. So there is a high chances that you the child always feels a sense of achievement. हाँ मैं कर सकता हूँ, मैं कर रहा हूँ. So because every time he's awarded or rewarded with the reinforcer, so the concept of achievement is important. देखिए कितने स्किल्स प्रैक्टिस हो रहा है, थ्रोइंग प्रैक्टिस हो रहा है, कलर्स प्रैक्टिस हो रहा है, अल्फाबेट्स प्रैक्टिस हो रहा है, everything incorporated very naturally. Yeah, I'm just going back, right? You can watch the video in the link. Yeah, I have explained it.
Yes, yes, Farida. Well and good.
I didn't know that you won't be able to hear the audio.
It's a known issue. Like when we share our screen and when we share any video, so or
Okay.
audio, there's any concern. So no worries. What you can do, you can share all these videos
Yeah.
in group, and parents will follow that. And
Yeah.
if they have any question, then in the group they will ask.
Yeah. And this is another video like natural play. It's also called incidental teaching. You teach whenever the opportunities arise throughout the day. But it is not that you are always waiting for it. You have to create the opportunities. Like what you keep your favorite the child's favorite items top up. You create an engaging setting, wait for the child to initiate, prompt the child for a full request if you're mandating, provide the desired outcome. You create an engaging setting. The child is looking for something. So the tutor is waiting for the child. See. So that the child's favorite item is locked up in a transparent box. Or you sabotage with the instrument, like that is a robo, it is not working if you remove the battery. So the child will ask for help. So you're creating an opportunity. And this is an example of help. The child is not able to squeeze, he's telling vocally help, so the tutor helps. So creating opportunities throughout the day to teach skills. So the child is asking for something, the tutor is prompting to use signs only. The child is asking for help. The tutor is waiting for the child to initiate.
Sorry, but I couldn't able to see your screen.
Sorry?
I don't know. It's only with me, but I couldn't able to see your screen now.
Yeah, now I have come back as you are talking.
No, still it's showing only see. Like I can't see the any video or the presentation.
Can you
Is the
rejoin?
same with others?
Because yeah, because we can see.
Okay, I will share this video link. No worries. It's the same. You can follow. And I'm just ending my presentation. If you have anything to ask, you can ask me now, or you can ask even Raman.
Parents, please unmute yourself to ask any questions.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Myself, Vijay Kumar.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, my son is around 3.5 years old. Actually, we have not seen any behavioral issues or anything else at the time of 2.6 or something like that. Then we have been, using actually, he has some minor fluctuations in EEG. So we started therapies and all these things. So we at that time till 3 years we have not seen any issues on his behavior issues or anything else. When we started the homeopathy or something, we are started seeing his behavior very, he is becoming very aggressive, and even if it doesn't give him any remote or anything else, he bangs his head himself. So such kind of behavioral issues are we are seeing very, we cannot able to control him at the time. He asked if he doesn't give him what he asks, so he'll show us a new movie itself.
Okay, Vijayji, that what I will advise is he is he under any medications now?
Yeah, we are going with the homeopathy, madam.
Okay. I would suggest you to make an ABC chart,
Okay.
like just note down
Mm-hmm.
what happened just before he's hitting or screaming, whatever he's doing,
Mm.
and after the behavior, what has happened. If you take this data by yourself, you
Mm.
will understand why you need to know what is the function of the behavior. This is very important.
So actually, we
For
saw two
example,
kind of a behaviors. Actually, one is when we denies him, when we says him no to him, but you should not watch TV, or you should not take a remote or something like
okay,
phone.
what do you do after that? Do you give up or do you stand by your words? If it is no, do you stand by your words? You don't give in or you give up? What do you do?
Basically, my wife stand by her words, but I try to give him. Don't cry.
No, you actually, what you have to do, you have to stand by your words. What
Hmm.
your wife is doing is correct. If you stand
But
by your words,
no, but
you will
actually,
see an
no,
increase in behavior.
but what happens is he bangs his head. It's very aggressively, so that it
You
feels as.
have to block it. You have to block it. You have to block it and make sure the child is in safe place, does not harm himself or is not harming anyone else. At the
Mhm.
same time, you have to keep your decision. If you're saying no, it is no. That's it. You can't give up. If you give up, the behaviors tend keep on repeating it. That's what I was talking about extinction,
Yeah.
or reducing the behaviors. If you say something, if you say no, just stick on to it. The child's behavior is if you feel it is getting extreme, you
Mm.
need to block it. You need to block it. Make sure it takes time and for the behaviors to come down. And but if he's also got some like medical issues, you need to keep a record of like ABC and see that while taking medication, is it going up or is just the behavioral issues. And also you need an assessment from an consultant to
Yeah.
have, because I have not seen the child. I'm just giving you a general advice. So this
Yeah.
would be like, do an ABC data, observe what are the factors, what are the antecedents, and if you say something, no, stick on to it. Don't give up. If you give up, the behaviors repeat. They
And
will tend to.
another behavior that I see is when he excitement is more for him. Whenever he sees the animation videos or anything else, he want to continuously move on the here and there. Just he want to, that's we are not able to control. We have been trying to control it for quite long, but we are not able to control him. He is to continuously move here and there.
Okay, so even the occupational therapist have to look on to this issue. It is not only just the behavioral issues. He has got some sensory needs which needs to be fulfilled. I will like to add on my experience. I have got a child on the spectrum. She's 7 years old, and she's also on like constant move before. But
Mhm.
what I did was I used that opportunity of the moving here and there to teach her many things. Like you
Mhm.
can teach her to run. You can use your give her the vocabulary. The child is not vocal, or she likes to bounce on the ball. That will get rid of all the excessive energy. Like if she learned to sign for ball, she can bounce, she signs for bounce. In this way, she regulates herself. At the
Mhm.
same time, she has learned some new vocabulary. Just try to direct the channelize that energy to some productive way. Get the
Okay.
some OT, even OT consultation,
Mhm.
because it looks more like even sensory needs. When you have got sensory needs, that energy can be directed to teach something new.
Mhm.
Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Thank you, man.
Hi, Farida. Hello.
Yeah, there
Hello, am I
are
audible?
yeah, yes, Fatima, yes, go on.
Yeah, my question is that you mentioned that an ABA session every day should be around 4 to 5 hours, because in 1 week we need to do 30 hours of ABA session. So like
This,
for every day it's around 4 to 5 hours. So I wanted to know
yeah,
that how should we plan our session? Like continuously for 4 hours, I should make a plan that for 4 hours continuously I'll sit with my child, and whatever plan I have done for the day I will be executing it. Or should I distribute it all around 18 hours of the day during which the child is awake? Should I plan it around the whole day? And other
it is.
question is that like for example, how I was executing my plan, it barely took 1 hour. In 1 hour, everything which I had planned, it was done. So I want to know like what should I do in 4 hours? Like how many goals should I create, and what should be the different sections of the goals in a ABA? If you can given brief outline so that when I go in detail, it will be easier for me to understand.
It is the research saying that 30 hours per week is essential to get good results, right? But in the therapy centers, most of them we won't be going for 30 hours, right? So we will be going like 6 hours per week or like very less hours, and the remaining thing you have to make up at home. The more you do the therapy, you get the more results. The 4 hours which I said, it was my personal experience. It really depends on your child, at what level your child is, and you can either do a full block sessions one at a time, or you can split up. Anything is fine. Anything is fine as long as the child is engaged in other activities. What I do is I'll share my experience. In the morning, if like she like when she gets up, she has got her own routine. She listens to her sound siri program. At that time I make use, like I do cooking, everything. I finish off the kitchen course. Then I have also started OT program with Pooja ma'am. So now my days are damn hectic. I give her all the sensory things to her while I'm cooking. So she is getting some kind of stimulation. I give her sand, I give her the dry lentils, I the artificial snow water or water. I give it to her when I am busy with things. So in that way she is occupied. In the afternoon, when I am free with everything, I start with communication. Communication is the basis for everything. Is the basic. We want our child to communicate. Not, I'm not telling talking now. I'm telling communicate either by sign or picture. That is the main thing. You. So I concentrate, like I give solid 2 hours on it, so that what I do is I keep all her favorite items in one bag and I don't show it to her. I pull out each and every time one thing. She comes to me, she gives an eye contact, she signs for it. I take data on it, I keep it, I go back and see. So this I have spent more time on communication. This has resulted in vocalizations. Now for music, she says she splits and says all the sounds. This is because of constant repetition. And this is communication part, I'm telling. Now you have got the goals now in other targets. In targets, if you have got very early learners, you start with imitation. Even for anything basic is imitation. Imitation with objects. You take a block and you put it on another block. You can say the child copy this. Child is able to do it. You bounce a ball, copy me. You say the small targets. Imitation. Then imitation with your body parts, clapping, arms up, all those things. This is imitation. Then receptive part is you just say the word, you don't do it. Clap. The child should clap, and those are the targets I have put up for her. Then you have labeling objects, and I take just three skills in each domain. Imitation, three skills. Receptive, 3 skills. Labeling, 3 skills. I take just 3. Intraverbal, 3 skills. So after this 2 hours is finished, or the rest of full day, I'll be like go on repeating the targets. Even if I'm cooking, I will ask her if there is a plate there. Aju, what is this? She will sign me plate. Aju, can you tell me what is this? I keep on changing my instructions also. I don't stick on what is this. This is a what is this called? Can you tell me what is this? So I keep on revising the targets throughout the day. If you do like consistency and repetition is the key for our kids. They learn only through repetition. So the more the time you give, the results. And the targets, what I'm telling, is decided by the consultant. It's not decided by the tutors. I have like talked about the working model. The consultant designs your treatment plan. What are the targets need to be worked upon? A child who is not communicating, you don't put up the handwriting program or tracing program for the child. According to that age, what is important for her? Communication. Those skills are put up first. You work hard on those skills. When you get those skills, and all other targets are added. You have got everything in the ABLE's curriculum. Everything like from fine motor, pre-academic, sizes, the shapes, matching, visual skills, gross motor, fine motor, then even language skills, everything is there in the ABLE's curriculum. According to the child's needs, the consultant selects the targets. Hope this answers your question, Fatima.
Yeah, it answers my question. Thank you so much, Farida. And also, I wanted to say that you have conducted the session very nicely. I got all the points very clear. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I have a question. Like my son is 4 years 10 months, so
Yeah.
his behavioral issue is like I don't know. He understood like what he is doing. Still, he is going to the smaller one. I have the another kid who is 2 years old. So always going
Okay.
to that 2 years old kid and holding her neck. If we
Next.
scold, or yeah, sometimes I try to explain we shouldn't do it and all. He's not listening. Then we try to like say, okay, if you are holding neck, then you will sit in the corner, you won't play with the toys. But still continuously he will do that. I don't know which reinforcement we should use. And he knew, like, when he will hold the neck and look at us. And sometimes when he gets angry, like we saw, without any reason, when he gets angry, he's searching the little one to hold his neck or push her or something to do with her. If we didn't find the little one, he starts screaming, shouting like that. And if I told him, or if I little rude to him, saying no, you can't do it, or it's enough, no shouting, you see, then he will start hurting his head. So I don't know, like, where it's all going round and round. We tried everything, like positive reinforcement, negative, little bit punishment, or little bit putting in the corner, holding ears, but it's nothing is working. So I'm really worried, like, what should be the problem and what should be my approach for this issue.
I have not seen your child. My advice will be really general on your issues, Mitaji. From your like description, I really feel attention is the function of behavior. He's really enjoying that you're saying no, you're scolding him. So that's why he's like holding the child's neck, brother's neck, and then looking for you. Uh,
Yeah,
Again,
like if I'm in yeah, sorry to interrupt, if I inside the room when he holding the neck, then he will look at me and hold it. And if I'm not there, like if any of us is not present, like we are little scared, like if we go for 5 minutes to the kitchen, or we go on to the restroom, immediately he, whatever he's doing, he will leave it and come and hold her neck. When I don't know, like, what exactly going on in his mind, uh, I don't know. So, yeah.
yeah, mainly I feel like attention is the cause, but again, I'm not sure. We need to like directly observe the behavior. If I would suggest you block him from doing, but don't say anything. Don't speak to him. Don't scold him. Don't say no. So he doesn't get any attention part of it, but still you block it. You block it, but don't say no. Don't scold him or anything. Don't give him eye contact. Just block it. Block the behavior and see what is happening. And at the meanwhile, you can also take an ABC chart and note down how many times it's happening. Like each time exactly what happened. And if you have got an ABA consultant, or you can show them, and this is happening, and this is the behavior, and this is happening after that. What should I do? They will give you a clear picture. If your child is going to the clinic, they can observe that and see. And mostly I feel it is the attention part. And from my side, I will say you block the behavior, but don't tell him anything. If he's really enjoying your attention, he's giving you eye contact, he's really enjoying your saying no and scolding, he might be like gaining attention. Attention is the reason I feel. Just try this and let me know what happens.
Yeah, let me see like how it's going to work. But if he's screaming and making it like he easily won't forget anything. Like if something happened, we said no, don't do it, or we said sit in the corner, or he will start screaming, and that if you just ignore it, it will go hours and hours. When you say positive and negative reinforcement, if we are, as you said, like we don't want those things to happen, then we will just won't give that reinforcement to him. So here I'm saying like if I won't give the attention to him, he will go crying on and on for 1 hour, 2 hour. I don't know, like he won't
It's
forget the
okay.
things.
As long as there is no self harm, it's okay to ignore the behavior. If there is a self harm component or harming someone else, you can't ignore. Ignoring should not be used, because
Farida,
uh, yeah.
Farida, it's taking too long. I think Smita, you can contact Farida directly in WhatsApp so that she can reply you better.
No, yes, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So,
fine. I'm fine. Yeah, it's too
yeah.
good.
So for now, shall we close this session and have another session for question and answers?
I didn't finish my presentation, Sangeeta ji. Presentation is pending, but I won't be able to do it next week because I'm not in here. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll update you. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay. Anyway, if not possible, then next week we can go it with another week of this. So
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
first initially complete the presentation and then we can have a question and answer session.
yeah.
Okay. I think other parents will also have some commitments because it's already 1 hour 40 minutes
Yes,
now.
yeah, I understand. Even I have like my kids are waiting out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah,
Thanks
okay.
for wonderful session, Farida. It was really awesome, and I was expected that it was too theoretical, but the way you explained it made it very practical, actually. So it is very important to understand the basic concepts like reinforcement and all. So it was very good session. Thanks a lot for this, Farida.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. So thank you, parents, for attending the session. So you all can leave one by one, and for any personal doubts, you can contact Farida directly. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you all
thanks.
for attending,
Yeah, thank you.
and thank you Pramod ji and Sangeeta ji for organizing this. Thank you very much.